everyone, and welcome to another episode of Chapter 1 Read Aloud. Today, I'm going to be sharing with you a book that is going to be featured in our virtual book fair. That's right. You thought just because we weren't in school that we weren't going to have a book fair? That's right. In May, we are going to be having a virtual book fair. You'll find out all the details in the coming weeks. But for now, here's a short sample of one of the books that's going to be there. This one's called Hope Project Animal Rescue. It is the second book in a series written by the famous Alyssa Milano. The first book, Project Middle School, and then this book, Project Animal Rescue, sorry. And then there's a third book coming out, which is well after a virtual book fair. So you don't necessarily need to read them in order. You just need to know that the main character is in both of them. But if you end up liking this chapter 1, Read Aloud, then definitely check out the first one, Project Middle School. Here's the summary of it. Meet Hope Roberts. She's 11 years old and she wants to be an astrophysicist. She loves swimming, Galaxy Girl comic books, and her 2 rescue dogs. Hope believes it's always a good day to champion a cause, defend an underdog, and save the future. And most of all, she believes in dreaming big. But though Hope seems super strong on the outside, there's another side of her too. She's just a regular girl trying to survive middle school. In the second book in Alyssa Milano's funny and relatable middle grade series, Hope decides to do whatever it takes to stop the local animal shelter from closing down. It's where she found her 2 furry best friends. It has to stay open so the other animals there can find their furry forever homes too. But can Hope get the support she needs in time to keep the shelter doors open? Hope's relatability, kindness, empathy, and can-do attitude will inspire a generation of do-gooders. This new series is a response to the very palpable feeling that not only can young people save the world, they will. A very inspiring summary. So this particular book, once again, is the second book in a series, but you don't necessarily need to read the first book. Just the character is the same in both of the books. But without further ado, here's chapter 1 of Hope, Project Animal Shelter. My hand is an inch from grabbing the end of the leash, but it's dragged away when the happy Maltese pooch takes off running. Hey, I shout at the playful dog, come back here. Who knew doggy daycare duty would be this busy? For once, the crashing ocean waves and seagull calls aren't the loudest sounds at the seaside dog park. It's the gleeful barking. I take a step, but stop short when a Doberman unexpectedly zips across my path. Her excitement makes me grin. I look both ways to make sure my path is clear, but when I take another step, that same Doberman comes up racing from behind, grazing my leg. Then, before I can stop her, the Doberman picks up the end of the Maltese's leash. Let go of that. Hope, check this out. My sister Marie is walking toward me, smiling and holding a greasy brown paper bag. This job has its perks. A customer brought us back fries to share. I see it all happen in slow motion. The moment Marie holds out the bag toward me, the Doberman and the Maltese run toward her with the leash still stretched out between them. Marie trips right over it. I catch my tumbling sister, and the fries rain down all around us. A handful of dogs nearest to us come racing over to feast. We hold them back while picking up as many fries as we can, but even quicker than the dogs is one super aggressive seagull, its wings whipping way too close to our faces. Of course, now more dogs come to chase away the seagull, which we 100% welcome. It's a hilarious disaster. My best friend Sam runs over from her section and manages to help us clean up the chaos before things get as out of control as her laughter. So many paws, so little paws. We've been at this beachside dog park for an hour, but the Bow Wow Brigade just keeps coming. Blame it on the sunny Sunday. It turned out to be the perfect weather for my doggy daycare fundraiser. We're so glad you're trusting your best friend to us, I tell yet another customer who is checking in yet another dog. This time, it's a man in bright green shorts and colorful sunglasses to match. He hands me the equally bright yellow leash, which his Jack Russell Terrier immediately tugs. Good thing I'm holding tight. This isn't my first rodeo, pup. I was trained by my own dogs. Enjoy your lunch, and we'll make sure little Frankie here gets the exercise she needs. Thank you, says the man as he crouches and gives Frankie one last nuzzle. No, thank you for your donation to the Eastern Shore Animal Shelter. I reply, sticking to the script I memorized and repeat to everyone. All the doggy daycare proceeds will go to this particular all the doggy daycare proceeds will go towards helping the shelter stay open. Oh no, the man stands with a frown. I didn't realize they were closing. Do you know when? They're supposed to close in about 2 months. Well, here's hoping there's more than enough time for you to save the shelter, he says. The support The support we're getting today from people like you gets us closer. My chipper outer voice answers. My inner voice is way less confident. What if I can't squeeze in enough doggy daycare hours to make a difference? It's a good thing Sam, Marie, and my parents have agreed to help me in any way they can. Maybe I can get them to cover 2 other dog parks when I'm back here next weekend. Well, thanks for watching Frankie. She's a sucker for the ocean, but we spoke about the waves being too rough today for a swim, didn't we, Frankie? The man slides his shades down his nose to give a warning glare to his excited pup. Frankie looks away, checking out the playful scene around her. Her dad leans toward me and whispers, "She'll make a run for the water if you don't stand close." I nod like a soldier. We got this. I wave goodbye and smile politely, even though my mind is racing. It's already been a few weeks since Marie announced at the shelter where our family adopted our tiny terrier Cosmo, and my giant mutt is going to close down. Sorry, I'm reading from the computer, so I lost my place. I'm going to start that paragraph again. I wave goodbye and smile politely, even though my mind is racing. It's already been a few weeks since Marie announced at the shelter where our family adopted our tiny terrier Cosmo and our giant mutt Rocket is closing. The news hit me hard. Thinking about what would happen to the hungry, homeless, or abused pets in the area without this shelter made my heart hurt. I can't imagine the feeling of waiting to be rescued. It makes me want to rush out and save them all myself. And that is the end of chapter 1 of Hope Project Animal Rescue. So hopefully you enjoyed that little snippet of this particular book. It's actually a really great, inspiring book. I only read the first one, Project Middle School, but this one looks really good, and I cannot wait to buy it off of the book fair, especially for the library when we open up next school year. So it was wonderful to talk to you once again in this chapter 1 Read Aloud. Happy reading, and I'll see you next time.